that, we welcome you inside our NFL Network newsroom. I got my Super Bowl champ, Michael Robinson, with me. Mike, day one yesterday. We learned a lot from a various amount of camps here. We're going to be able to take a closer look at what's happening with that Kansas City Chiefs team. I think they're going to be grabbing a whole lot of attention to see if this team can be the KC squad we've grown to love.
Yeah, and I'm checking out Patrick Mahomes and seeing how his knee responds to actual football activities and actually being out on the football field. Kansas City, they need their guy, their franchise quarterback health.
You know, one of the best parts about training camp, you walk into the makeup room, your producer tells you, we got some breaking news, and we have that for you here on NFL Network. You know, I talked about some guys smiling. You I know, are a huge fan of this. Check this out. Ian Rappaport putting this out on social media. Bijan, getting some bang for the Falcons, who, by the way, Matt Ryan has spent some money here. Drake London got paid, Pitts got paid, and here we go to the guy that we think, and you told me this because you played, you know it better than I do, you think he's the most complete running back in the entire NFL.
Premier. Creme de la creme.
For a little more context on this, one of our insiders, Mike Garafolo, is with us. Paint the picture here. In my mind, this just makes a whole lot of sense for the ATL.
There's nobody I'd rather be on the air with than Michael Robinson when a running back gets paid, and here we are. Bijan Robinson getting himself $22.5 million per season. That's the base value of the deal. You saw the max value, as Ian Rappaport reported earlier today, of $25 million per season. Previous ends the standoff. One of the standoffs. We'll be talking about another one coming up here in just a couple of seconds. But Bijan Robinson, reason to smile, Mike Robb, got himself a fat contract.
Show love to the running backs, Jeezy. Come on, man. This is the premier, the creme de la creme. We just talked about it. Bijan Robinson, so happy. Congratulations, young man. This dude is a baller. I thought I was as long speed, and the long speed is what makes defensive coordinators stay up all night trying to figure out a way to put an extra guy in the box. I'm happy for Bijan. Every running back should be happy for Bijan. And yes, people that control the money around the National Football League, this ain't just a watermark. Start paying the backs, man. Come on, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, you and I have been on set for a couple years now, and that theme of the devalued running back position, I know it hits a little bit of a sore spot.
Man.
By the way, there's no Old English or private stock comments that we'll save that for off air here. If you know, you know. Mike, you had mentioned this before, but his classmate, you alluded to it, Jahmyr Gibbs. Where does this leave the Lions running back?
This at least now gives the Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs I'll say it again, high watermark, something to shoot for, because this was a bit of a standoff. We had two positions, 4 contracts that we're waiting on, running back and cornerback, because whether it was Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson or Christian Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon, like, who's going to be the highest paid guy? You want to be that guy, and you don't want to come in at 22.5, and then all of a sudden Gibbs comes in at 22 3/4. So there was that bit of a... Now, you may have that here, because some folks may say, well, Bijan Robinson is everything in Atlanta. Jahmyr Gibbs has shared the backfield in Detroit. Guess what? Not anymore. David Montgomery not there. And Dan Campbell said in the spring that they're planning to get more out of Jahmyr Gibbs than they've ever gotten. And you hear people all the time say, you don't get a contract extension for what you've done. You get a contract extension for what the team expects you to do going forward. So when you say something like that, it comes right back to you at the negotiating table, and you say, we know what your plans are. Well, you better pay him like it. You better pay him like Bijan Robinson. So it's a high watermark for Gibbs to try to clear now to see if he can become the highest paid running back. But again, at the very least, Mike Robb, at least somebody finally went first here.
Oh, Jeezy, man, it's good to see your face, hear your voice, man. You talking running backs early in the morning? Come on, man, this has got to be, this is awesome, man. Thank you, Jeezy. But when you talk about Jahmyr Gibbs, yes, Jahmyr Gibbs, too, is the creme de la creme, one of the premier running backs in the National Football League. He's explosive. His speed, Gibbs, and Bijan Robinson as just running backs. These guys are offensive weapons. You can put them anywhere. And I tell you one thing, guys, even a receiver, when they catch the football and they run with it, they're a running back. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a running back at the end of the day. So, again, pay the offensive weapons. Show love to the running backs, Jeezy.
Look, I'll take any of those paychecks, but I know those wide receiver checks are just a tick higher, a little tick higher there. Mike G, you're not going anywhere. I know we got more from you still to come here on NFL Network, but as Inside Training Camp Live continues to roll on, all eyes on 15 out on that football field. Of course, recovering from that ACL and LCL injury. This is a football team that struggled last season. I still can't believe it. We're talking about a 6-win Kansas City Chiefs Chiefs football team. For a little bit more context, we head to St. Joseph's, Missouri. Little Chiefs camp. Two guys that had not missed any workouts this offseason. Jeffrey Judea, Steve Smith Sr. with us right now. Guys, awesome to see you on. I'm just going to let you take it away because I think everyone who's watching this show goes, Patrick Mahomes, give me the health report, paint the picture for me.
Well, I'll paint the picture for you, Mike, and thanks for the compliment because we do believe we are the best-looking duo on TV for you guys this week, right? We
Absolutely.
got that right? Okay.
We got that for sure.
Sure. Well, we'll start with, I live in Kansas City, Mike, and I can tell you all offseason they've been talking about what is this going to be like for the Chiefs because it's such a weird situation to be in, coming off a 6-win season, all the success they've had, all the Super Bowl wins. You just don't know what to expect because of, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes and the knee injury. You bring in Kenneth Walker. How is the offense going to be different with a running back like that? You talk about the defense, 6 new faces on that side of the football, including the secondary, which had lost 3 starters. And so we don't know what to expect, but we do know one thing. Patrick Mahomes is going to be front and center, and who's throwing him the football, Steve, is a big question. Who's catching the football from him? It's a big question here.
Yeah, when you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, you already know, you talk about the defense, you talk about Patrick Mahomes, and then you jump into automatically expectations for, is this team going to be in a Super Bowl? Well, you have to put that huge question mark because we don't know what the wide receivers are going to be. We know when Patrick Mahomes delivers the football to a wide receiver, he makes them better instantly. But who will be the bridge between Xavier Worthy, the speed guy, the big bully with Rashee Rice underneath? Usually in between that 10 to 19 yards, that intermediate, that has been Travis Kelce. However, Travis Kelce is getting a little bit older, right? So they need someone, Cypress Allen. They have a number of guys, but they are auditioning for who can be that guy in the intermediate that can step up, that they can count on. And so that's why we're here, to figure it out. And that's why they're here in training camp, to see it's open competition, who's ready to take on and deliver in those tasks at hand.
We will find out how those competitions will continue to unfold today here on NFL Network. Looking forward to get both of your guys' take on what you're seeing right behind you on that practice field. Stay cool. I was there last year. It'll heat up there.
Stop flexing, too, man. Y'all over there flexing with the mics in your hands. Stop flexing, Jeff.
Mike Rob, can I tell you, I agree with you that Bijan is a wide receiver, and he's a hell of a player, man. Touche. Hats off to my man getting paid.
There you go. Show love to the running back, man. That's from a wideout, Hall of Fame wideout, too.
That's a
very
good call. Judea, by the way, time under tension. You can see it right there. Explain this to me, because I got to imagine when you were playing, sometimes you get a star player that's coming off injury. It's the NFL. It's a physical game. It can be a violent sport here. But it's 15 who's done just magical things out on the football field. Their entire season hinges, and I'm looking at that knee brace right there, just on his health.
Yeah, it does. And you know what, man, being a football fan that we are, man, I hate to see that knee brace on Patrick Mahomes, but that's the reality of their situation. They brought in new running back Kenneth Walker from my Seahawks, Super Bowl MVP. And I think they need to lean on that run game, right? You have Kenneth Walker, you have Emmett Johnson that you drafted in the 5th round out of Nebraska. Lean on this run game. See, for whatever reason, when we have franchise quarterbacks in this league, we think that these guys need to be Superman every single play. But the great ones and the great teams understand, like, if I can put these great players in structure and then allow their special play to only, be special Patrick Mahomes only in those special moments in the 4th quarter, not 60 plays a game, but like 10 plays a game. That's how you can keep them healthy, and that's how you can give your team the confidence that they can to move forward and win. I also want to see if they got their tackles right. 1st-round pick from last year, Josh Simmons.
We've been talking about that for a while, man.
Every time this team doesn't win, it's been because they hadn't protected Patrick Mahomes. Let's see if these tackles are right. If their tackles are right, they can protect Patrick, they can run the football. I expect the Kansas City Chiefs to do their damage.
Yeah, first 13 minutes or so of the show, running backs have been the theme here. Fewest explosive plays in that backfield in the NFL last season. Hopefully, Kenneth Walker can change the fortunes of the running game for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think about Chiefs, I think about Mahomes, another great quarterback, Josh Allen. Joshy Poo, as Mike Robb would say, is another quarterback we're keeping an eye on.
down, 4. Yeah. We want more. Right, Eddie, we're set. Yeah, baby. You got to talk about it. Come on, come on. It's your first game, man.
Oh, there he is, Josh Allen, the man with the bazooka arm, as Mike Robb will remind everyone here every single time he gets an opportunity to on NFL Network. But for as much as Josh Allen and the success that this Bills team has had, and you can see these win-loss, I mean, these numbers are staggering with this offense. Joe Brady now running the show, and we know that there's a pretty strong relationship between Joe Brady and what we've seen from Josh Allen and his production. You buying that?
Yeah, I'm buying it. I do think they have a great relationship, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But what scares me is now that Joe Brady is the head coach. You guys, you know I'm Bills Mafia all day long, right? Bills Mafia stand all the way up, the bazooka, Joshy Poo, all those things, right? And he got DJ Moore. You got a number 1 receiver now, right? Offensive line is intact, all of those things, but I think we need to understand that it's hard to win in the National Football League, and I think we need to give Sean McDermott a little love for what he's done. All right, that stat you just showed, what was it, 24-9 or 25-9 or something like that? Those are a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of games to win in the National Football League. And my only issue is when adversity strikes, because it will, as in every championship season, it will strike, right? How does Joe Brady and Josh Allen hold each other accountable? Because, you know, as the OC, you can be the good cop, right? And you can allow the head coach to be the bad cop, and you can play this, and that's how you can hold your quarterback accountable. But now, Joe Brady being a really good friend of Josh, and now, you know, you were the OC playing good cop, and now you're the head guy. Do you call Josh out in team meetings? How do you hold him accountable when adversity comes up? To me, that's the only question with this team.
Are you a believer, though, of hearing a different message from a different voice? Yesterday, you and I were watching Baltimore Ravens camp. I mean, it's weird to me to not see Harbaugh out there. We're talking about Jesse Minter. I think you can make the same argument here. McDermott, I think about these two guys lock and step, and now all of a sudden it is a new voice. Part of me thinks maybe that is a good thing for a team.
It is a good thing for teams most of the time, and I think this will be a good thing for the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. But Joe Brady was in the building with Josh McDermott. It wasn't like you know it's an outside voice coming in with fresh ideas and things like that. And Joe Brady, I think, even said it earlier in camp. Some things are going to stay the same, but some things will change. And I think that's the happy median that this team has to live in if they want to be successful. Because again, they made the coaching switch. And they were already going to playoffs. They were already winning a bunch of games. Let's see if the Joe Brady change can get this team over the hump.
Yeah, it's actually a really good point, because if I make that correlation between Baltimore with Minter, who worked with both Harbaughs, like maybe both of these guys are pulling the good stuff from the previous regimes and then sprinkling in some of their own stuff. I know you're Bills Mafia all the way through and through.
I jumped off of a table, man. I jumped on a table, broke my back.
We're
gonna show it. I didn't mean for you to show it, Jeff. Oh, it's all good. Look at Jeezy. Jeezy said, I thought you was hurt from me.
I know, I think Mike is slightly worried.
Yeah, my brother called that the people's elbow, man. Had to do the people's elbow off the top rope, but it's all good, man. Hair was a little shorter back then.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You feeling okay?
Yeah,
I know it was,
my back was
a couple seasons ago, but still.
Stop it, man.
You get to a certain point, man.